Hello and welcome to this edition of BizWatch. I'm Qingyi. Shanghai city office rents are on the way up, and downtown prime space is now rated among the world's 50 most expensive. But it's not just the inside of Shanghai offices that's exciting the market. There's sellable space on the outside as well. Li Zhuamiao looks upward to find out what's in the name.
Some of the city's biggest financial multinationals are taking their image to new heights. Atop the city's tall buildings. But the expense of branding a building needs to be thought through. HSBC paid $20 million for this name, and the payoff works both ways. For the lessees, it builds a highly visible image.
It looks very nice in front of the public in general and in front of the government. It means they have a strong commitment into the economy and in society of Shanghai. This would project a very good company profile.
Building owners are also eager to secure a high-profile name. It characterizes the building and draws in tenants.
To get a brand name that is significant on the facade will help us as a developer. It's a great testimony. Say this ABC company had very high requirements. They chose us amongst all other buildings. It's sort of mostly it's the anchor tenant. So it tells the market that this building meets the requirement of that very high profile company. And there's no testimony greater than that to make it easier for us to move on the market.
HSBC Tower was built by a small developer, but with the name of one of the world's biggest banks on it, its occupancy rate is even higher than the city's landmark Jinmao Tower. When it comes to financing the naming rights of a building, it's much like any other real estate. To buy or to rent. PricewaterhouseCoopers is leasing Grade A office space in the Shuiyang Group's Corporate Avenue. Their naming rights were negotiated as part of the lease.
We're talking about 4 or 5 years down the road. Well, at the end of the lease, of course, the naming right comes back, right? But it's normally a very long lease. We have secured a good tenant for a long period of time with security of income, and it also adds to the name of our portfolio.
On the other hand, purchasing naming rights outright provides exposure to the naming rights market.
If we take a longer term perspective, we believe the naming right of office buildings would appreciate in value. Some years later, when the possibility of getting naming right is getting difficult, more and more difficult, the naming right itself would carry certain value.
Shanghai is home to 104 multinational headquarters, who occupy more than 200,000 square meters of Grade A office space, and that's expected to increase by 50% in the next 2 years. As competition in the real estate business intensifies, experts say the impact and value of naming rights will form an increasingly important part of city deals for commercial office space. Li Zhuamiao for BizWatch.